I have another pair of boots here. Is a Deadpool that we changed the colors, for a Cyclops cosplayer.
Interesting.
When you start having this kind of stuff here, that we need to add later, and we need to put all this together, and more panels and everything, it starts to get a little complicated,
Okay. Yeah.
And for example, I'm not a big fan of the buckles here because, they are beautiful. I like the way they look, but to put your foot inside this boot, you're gonna, you need to take this off, off. You need to put the zipper down, and after that, you need to put this back and put this back again. But people say, but it's beautiful. I prefer this way. I say, okay, you want something beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's comfortable. This one's comfortable as well.
Nice. We got new things in the background. I always try to do this. Let's mirror. New things in the background. We'll be doing some new things over time as well, if I can. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Side Projekt Podcast. Yes! Let's take a sip from our Run It Up mugs. Oh, that tastes good. Oh, that's good. Anything you see me rocking, by the way, anything you see me wearing, anything you see on the table, everything is available except for the Chazosaurus Rexes. Everything is available on the Side Projekt merch store via sideprojectpodcast.com. All the shirts, all the mugs, all the hoodies, all the shorts are up there. All kinds of things are up there. Projekt gears, the Projekt network tees are up there. And like I said, everything that you see, man, it's still hot for some people. So cop the tanks, man. We got tanks. And for everybody else around the world where it's starting to get maybe a little bit more fall and winter-like, you can cop some sweaters. SideProjectPodcast.com for the Side Projekt merch store. How's everybody doing, man? I just want to say real quick, I want to give thanks to everyone, if you have seen or maybe you didn't see, I don't know. But on this YouTube channel, we have 2 short films that are out, man. I wrote them, I directed them, I edited them, I shot them. I did the score for one and the music for one. The other I did not. And then the second one I'm acting in myself as well. But Siri, A Witcher Tale, starring Paper Moon Cosplay, we just hit 15K here on YouTube, man. We just hit 15K, and I'm so thankful. That's thanks to you guys, man. I really, really appreciate it. And then the film that I'm acting in, Letting Go, that just came out, and to positive reception so far. And I'm so thankful because that film does not exist in like the gaming world like Siri does, or superhero world, or anything that kind of is associated with this channel. You know, it's not like superhero type stuff or anything like that. It's more like a drama, and it's an original that I wrote. And I'm thankful that you guys are receptive of it. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't seen them, they're both out right now on this YouTube channel. You don't even got to go anywhere else. But I appreciate you guys, and I just wanted to say that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's October, right? We're in fall, although it doesn't feel like it for some of us over here on the West. A lot of the holidays are coming up soon, right? Which means winter is also right around the corner. So grab yourself, sensually, and gather some people and celebrate the season with cosplay this December 7th for the Cosplay World Holiday Special. Cosplay World Richmond presents the one-day-only holiday special event Saturday, December 7th at the Virginia Rep Arts and Education Center. 40-plus vendors, special guests, workshops, contests, prizes, on-site cafe, music, and more, all in a winter-themed mini-con. Get your cosplays ready, suit up, or if you're just attending, get ready to see some amazing cosplays because you never know who may be there. You never know who may be there in a special winter-themed cosplay at that. Oh my God, is that Santa Pool? Why don't you come and sit on Santa's lap? But be careful. If you sit on Santa Pool's lap, those aren't desert eagles. Those aren't those golden desert eagles in his pocket. I'm just saying. All right. And by the way, it's not me. I'm not Santa Pool. In case anybody thought that, like, you never know who may be there. And it's like me. It's not me. I'm not going to be Santa Pool. Cosplay World Holiday Special, one day only, December 7th, Richmond, Virginia. Tickets are on sale right now at cosplayworldrichmond.com. And follow Cosplay World Con on Instagram for more. But Anyway, let's get into the bread and let's try that again. Let's run it back. Let's get into the bread and butter of this week's episode, because my guest this week provides a craft that many cosplayers look for, search for, want, need, must have, and that's top tier quality custom boots for your superhero needs, providing for the community and many previous guests and cosplays of the week here on the show boots to complete their look, such as Caleb Weeks, Raymond Whalen, OB Arkham, Ecto Titan, All-Star Cosplay, Foggy Knight 14, Capture Realm, and many more. Whether you need it for a Batman cosplay, an X-Men cosplay, maybe it's DC, maybe it's Marvel, maybe it's something in between, you know that you're gonna get quality work when you work with this man. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a long time coming, let's put our hands together and give a warm welcome to Tilly.FX. Oh, yes. I love it, dude. How you doing, man?
Doing great. I'm feeling special. I will raise my prices now.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got to. I'm stoked to have you here. Oh yeah, definitely, man. I'm stoked to have you here, dude. I feel like it's been a long time coming. We've talked before about having you on the show very briefly in the past, and I've promoted your stuff and mentioned your work several times over the course of the last few years, man. During cosplays of the week, during other guests, and now we finally have the man himself here to break it down. And we were talking off air. And this is technically your first interview. A lot of people have never even seen your face before, you were telling me, right?
First time ever talking about my job.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, I'm stoked that you chose me and this show and us over here to come and have a good time and talk about some things, man. I feel like I'm getting exclusive over here. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time, dude. Let's dive right into it, man, because you have amazing work, dude. You got top tier quality boots for so many cosplayers to rock, dude. The accents on some of these boots, like you can tell that time was put into it. And, some have zippers and, some have buckles and straps, laces, no laces. I mean, you do it all, leaving no detail behind. But before it got into providing such an awesome community with such equally awesome work, boots for cosplayers, it had to start somewhere for you as a person. And I'm curious, like, what that start was. Like, how did you get into the craft that you're in now? Like, what's the story behind your interest in this line of work? And then also, how did it end up leading into cosplay?
Yeah, it happens, sometimes things happen in our lives like this and you don't realize it. Mm-hmm. I started doing my own things because I'm a cosplayer too. I'm Marco Tilly. I'm a Flash cosplayer. I'm a Batman cosplayer.
Yeah.
And when I started, it was like 2017. I started with AliExpress stuff. Suits, boots, and everything. And I remember after wearing, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, for example, the boots were wrapping up. My toes were coming off from the boots. Yeah. And I was like, come on. I tried to fix that. And my father, he has it's not a brother,
mm-hmm.
but they call as a brother. And mm-hmm. this guy works with, he worked for very long years in shoe companies, for example.
Oh, okay.
And after that, he started making boots for, people that are stronger, and sometimes these people, they have big calves and they have big ankles. So he started doing boots for girls,
Okay.
Very based on their measurements. And I remember I was searching for boots and I remember this uncle, and I talked to him saying, hey, I know you do these boots for girls and everything, but don't you think you were able to start make a pair of boots for me? I went to some special boots. And he was like, oh, I've never done that before, so let's try. And we draw the first pair together, and it was like, whoa, it's nice. And it was a time that everything that I was wearing as a cosplayer, people was like, hey, where did you buy it? Where did you buy it? Where did you buy it? Right. So everyone was earning money except me. And
yeah.
I always point in person and companies and products, and I not earning any money related to that.
Yeah.
And I started wearing my own stuff. So I made it the first pair. I started wearing, and people, hey, where did you buy it? And I said, that's the point. That's the point. Now I have my own stuff.
Yeah.
And I decided to do that because I wasn't searching, for example, good boots around that.
Right. Right.
There are good makers in the market, but I feel most of them, they have some issues. Mm-hmm. And, and I treat my customers like how I want to be treated as a cosplayer, So I want fair prices, I want good quality, and I want a good communication. And I said, okay, I can provide that, and I start selling one pair and start little by little, like 4 years ago. And we're here today, making a lot of boots. And for sure, I have the best customers around there. So you mentioned a lot of them. And I love what I do.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
crazy.
guy taught me a lot, that in a point that said, okay, I can handle that, start little by little. And when I get a lot of orders, I call him and say, hey, you need to come here to help me do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Again.
I've got too much going on. There's so many orders.
Exactly. And
so he taught you what you know?
Yeah. Most of the things that I know, he taught me, I was spent, it was mostly on the pandemic times, So I was working from home, so I had a lot of time to learn things, and I started doing, he was helping me a lot every day. So after doing this thousand times and generating new patterns, because we are always making boots based on the ankle and the calf measurements for the customers. So I know how to do those patterns. I have all of them. For example, if you want a calf of 38 centimeters, I have this pattern,
Okay.
And just sometimes some guys appear with big calves and everything. I need to redraw, I sent to my uncle to check and said, okay, it's okay. And I sent, we have a process now, it's more professional now. But in the beginning it was like, okay, I'm cutting here. I don't even have the right knife to cut that, but we need to start somewhere.
Learning. Yeah, still learning. So you didn't really have like a past in like leatherworking or anything like that, or crafting. You just kind of learned due to the cosplay community, I guess you could say, due to you cosplaying and want something, I guess in a sense you could say, better or more, or crafted a certain way and into your vision, and not only just did it for yourself, but decided, what, one, I could do this for other people, and two, I could also make money while doing it. That's kind of crazy, not having I thought your story was going to be like, well, I was a cobbler, you know what I mean? I was doing this and I was working on, but that's pretty crazy, dude, to just kind of start just from an idea and just learn it and just go from there.
Yeah, being a customer made me realize what I need, and okay, I know these makers doesn't do that. These makers are failing here and they are not providing this kind of stuff. And I said, okay, maybe I can try to do that. And as a cosplayer, I think it was the biggest point for myself, because I know what cosplayers want. I know how they want to be treated. I know how they get nervous, for example, about the turnaround of something. Asking, and there's no problem. You can ask me about your boots. There's no problem. I know some makers they don't like, but I'm a cosplayer, bro. I understand what the other people is with. What they are expecting, so there's no problem. Communication, in my view, is a good point that we provide to the customers as well.
That's awesome, dude. What a great story. Because you hear that a lot, especially like in fashion. Oftentimes, that tends to be what the creators or people that have a vision in fashion is they're like wearing somebody else's merchandise, and they're like, God, I feel like I could do this. I want this to fit on me a different way, and they're like, forget it. I'll just do it myself, and then and then they become one of the biggest companies in the world or something, all from the fact that they just wanted something different for themselves and then decided I'll just do it myself because I can't find it elsewhere, so I'll create it. And then in that process, you create the demand as well, kind of. Well, in some ways, the demand is already there, such as like with cosplay, it's like everybody needs boots, you know what I mean? But maybe they didn't realize they needed your boots, until you started doing it for yourself and then put it out there. So that's a really cool story, man. I dig that, dude.
And I know I have competitors that they charge, much less than I charge. Yeah. But it's funny when people say, hey, but this other brand, they charge these, and said, okay. Yeah. Go there. I'm waiting for you in 3 months.
Exactly. Well,
and they come.
Then. Yeah.
And they come, because I'm providing something. Yeah. And my point is, I'm not making general boots. Okay, I have the same pattern. I cut 1,000 of pairs and that's it. No, you send me your measurements. I will make the boots to your measurements, right. Because sometimes you see a guy wearing a boot, for example, this one here, and you see this is his leg. And you see the boots doing this. Yes. The boots were not made to himself.
Exactly.
So we do the customs side of the business. Like, send me your measurements. I will make these boots to hug your legs. You know, so I think it's amazing. It's a big difference that we have from the others.
Yeah, and cosplayers, they'll appreciate that too. Because it's also like authentic. You're also caring. You're going above and beyond. You're making it exactly how they want it, how they need it, to your best abilities as well. And they're going to appreciate that. I have to ask, since you showed one as well, like, what do you tend to make your boots out of? Is it leather? Is it pleather? Is it like the rubber materials? Like, and then did you experiment with different materials when you were learning things or products, like before landing on what you ended up sticking with now? How did that go about?
Yeah, most I would say 99% of my boots are leather, genuine leather. Yeah. You know, I just don't make them in leather if the guy is vegan. And it already happened, you know. The guy, what's your boots made of? And I said, they are leathers. I'm vegan, you know, I cannot do that. You know? And I said, okay, no worries. I can do the same with fake leather.
Yeah, fake leather, yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I can do that, but I prefer genuine leather.
Nice. Did you ever experiment with like other things as well, or leather is what you wanted to do? You just kind of stuck with it because you also, like you said, you know yourself, from being a cosplayer yourself as well. So was there any other experiments, or was it you knew right away like leather is what I want to work with?
You know, I have some boots made of leather, and they are here no more than 10 years, and they still here. We just need to take care of them. You know, we need to hydrate, we need to clean up, and they still here. And I have some boots that were not made of genuine leather. Yeah. And they, for sure, the material is good, you know, lasts a lot of years. But when you compare both of them, you say, I prefer leather.
Right.
You know, I'm going completely opposite to what the market wants. It's like, I'm going to sell a boot that will last 2 years. Yeah. Because the guy will come back and buy another one.
More. It's just, it's a money. It's a circle.
I don't like this kind of stuff. You know, I'm going completely opposite because I want this guy to have this boot for 10 years, 20 years, you know, so he will look in 20 years, say, hey, do you remember Tilly? Does he still making the boots? So, you know, I'm trying to follow this path, you know, making good stuff to last like forever. For sure, it's not forever, but the most we can.
Right. You said something interesting about like, how the leather, will last longer as well. And then like making sure, doing what you can to keep it to also last longer. Like, what would you recommend for people then? Like how to take care of the leather? Is there anything that they should do?
For boots, it's very simple. It's like, keep it clean, you know, after wearing them. Open the zipper, you know, put in a place that will have wind, you know. Don't put directly in the sun because it's not good. Because when we talk about leather is the skin. Yes. Right. Yeah. So if you let the leather in the sun, it will start to squeeze and start to get rough, you know. Yeah. So we do not want to do that. So open the boots after wearing them, you know, take off the insoles, make the boot breathe for some days, you know, one day it's good, you know, let the transpiration is the right word, you know, when you sweat, let that stuff evaporates. And after that, you can just use something to hydrate, especially for leather, and you clean, you know, and always keep it clean this way. You know, once a month, you can hydrate your boots, and they will last longer than you expect.
Nice. Yeah, basics. Hydrate. That's the word that you used. Hydrate. Yeah, I like that. Hydrate. Interesting, dude. Like, was it always, I mean, since you're a cosplayer yourself as well, and you said you were wearing other people's products and suits and this and that, like, was it for you yourself, was it always just boots when it comes to making the cosplays, like different things? Like, did you ever think about, or have you ever dabbled in making anything else, like maybe bracers or gauntlets or shin guards, or even trying maybe to make a suit yourself? Like, was there ever anything else that you tried or thought about aside from just boots?
Yeah, it's called Tilly.FX because in the beginning, when I was planning to work on that, I wanted to work with everything, suits, cowls, gloves, gauntlets, and everything. But the boots were taking my time, most of my time. People ordering boots, and for example, for suits, in my opinion, in the very first beginning, we did some suits for some customers, and suits is something really complicated because for boots, usually request from the customers like 5 measurements. It's like foot length, foot width, calf circumference, ankle circumference as well, and shin length as well.
Right.
5 measurements, and I send the customers how to do that with pictures and everything. I get a lot of wrong measurements.
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
a lot,
Yeah.
dude, a lot. Imagine for a suit that you need more than 20 measurements.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. There's so many. I did one, by the way, a suit measurement before for a cosplay that I'm actually no longer doing. It didn't work out, but I did one, and I swear, I think it was like 33 different measurements, man. And I was like, oh my God, this is so many measurements. But I mean, I get it. You want to get it as right as you possibly can. I get it. But I mean, 33 measurements, that's crazy. And like you said, if people are having trouble with 5, you know what I mean? Imagine 30, you know what I mean? 30 plus. So,
exactly. So it wasn't a good experience. Said, okay, I don't want to work with suits anymore.
Yeah.
And we make some cows. We have a Flash cow. We have a Batman cow that's exclusive from our brand.
Nice,
so you won't find it outside. We only have this. And for sure, gloves. I think we have a big market for gloves, but people think like, hey, Mark, you make boots. You can make gloves. No. Yeah. It's a completely different school, brother. It's completely different, Yeah, it's more related to suits than boots, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. But at some point I will be back trying to make some stuff. I've tried to do a lot of stuff, but I'm good at boots for the moment. So it's a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Boots are going well.
Yeah.
At some point, if I have some more people to work with me, maybe we can expand to this kind of stuff as well. But for now, just boots. And the cows, for sure.
Nice, dude. When you were creating things for the cosplay community, like boots and, for cosplay, superhero boots and, taken from film and taken from comics, what would you say that you learned from your beginning days to today? Like, have you learned a lot of different things, from, especially since you just kind of started, like you didn't really have a past in it. So you were kind of learning as you go. But what would you say are some of your biggest things that you've learned?
I remember the very first beginning, I was taking a lot of print screens, from movies, pictures from the internet to my uncle saying, hey, we need to do this way, look at this. And he was like, little boy, it doesn't work this way. It doesn't work this way. We can try it. And I'm going to show you why this won't work in our business. And, sometimes when you have, for example, Batman boots for a movie, let's take a basic one from the comics, the pointed top, and a full leather until your toe. We can do that way, but it's very complicated. And I tried in the very first beginning because I was like, hey, why do we need to cut here very near to the ankle? Or do we need to split up the front part? And I was like, okay, so try it. Buy your own leather and try it. And I spent a lot of leather, because not everything that you see, for example, in the comics, in the cartoons, and in the TV series are real. When you translate to the reality, it's completely different.
Yes.
And we focus a lot. I know my boots are not the most accurate in the market. I know where I am.
I think they are. Maybe you have a different opinion because you're the one making them, so you know what goes in behind the scenes. But I look at them and I go, "Wow, like these are amazing." But keep going.
Yeah, they're good, But I know they are not as much accurate as they should be, because I always say the closer you are to the movies, comics, cartoons, the far you are from the comfort.
Right.
Right. So Makes sense. Most accurate stuff, you won't have enough comfort. And for example, for photo shoots, it's good to have something really close to the movies and everything. But walking 5 hours in a con, I'm pretty sure those boots will kill your foot.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a balance. Depends where you are in the life. Like, I will prioritize to be accurate, or I will prioritize my comfort, and
and finding that balance in between both of them.
Exactly.
That's crucial. That's crucial, especially because you don't want to have a cosplayer like wearing it, and then it's kind of also like, oh God, these are horrible. I hate wearing them, and then they don't want to wear them, and then that's like your name on it too, and they're like, Exactly. So having that balance, that's interesting. That's interesting, man. I never really thought about it that way. Something else that I want to know and give people that maybe haven't worked with you before or yet an insight on is kind of like the ordering process and especially like the custom order work and everything, and a little bit of how that goes. And we will, but before we do that, let's break up the monotony and let's get into this week's Cosplay of the Week. Oh! And this week's Cosplay of the Week is none other than a long time coming, and it's Faz Guardian. And I'm throwing it up on the screen right about now. And it is of his Thor. And this is absolutely phenomenal, man. And this is a long time coming. And by the way, that's Faz Guardian for anybody that may just be listening. FazGardian. And it's up on the screen as well for anybody watching. This is phenomenal, man. This is his Thor, inspired by Thor, Love and Thunder. This is incredible, dude. And this edit is absolutely incredible as well. He says at the time of writing this, he said, posting this, he says, Prop Sim is back with this electrifying edit based on the incredible concept art we saw before. Again, at the time of this writing for Thor, Love and Thunder. I don't have the date in front of me, unfortunately, but I'm going to guess this was probably maybe it was before the movie came out, or it could have just been when concept art was released and the movie was already out. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's an awesome edit. Prop Sim. Phenomenal, dude. The base suit is by Sim Cosplay with upgrades by Reed's Prop Plus, files by Johan 3D Printmaster, and the photo by Fazio. I'm guessing that's Fazio. This is incredible, man. This is such an amazing edit as well. Faz, you look amazing as Thor. You got the cape flowing in the wind and everything. You've got the I just realized I have no idea what Thor's things are called that go down from the chest to the abs and everything that kind of like illuminate, or work with the lightning. I have no idea what those things are called. Do they even have a name? I don't know, but the accents, they look absolutely amazing, dude. You got the axe going up there and everything. I can't remember what the axe is called. I know Mjolnir. What is the axe called?
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir's the axe. Mjolnir's the hammer, I mean. But the axe, someone's screaming at us right now as they're watching this. They're like, it's called that. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that voice that you're hearing and that person that you're seeing is this week's guest, Tilly.FX. And we're talking to Tilly about all of his boots and everything. If you know about Tilly's boots, he does mention that he's a cosplayer as well. And the story about how he got into the boots and everything. Look, there they are right there. There they are right there, dude. Looking absolutely amazing. So just in case you're seeing this on Instagram, just as a clip, we've got Tilly.FX as this week's guest, and we're talking about his boots. I'm drawing a blank on what the axe is called, man. I know Mjolnir's the hammer. Oh, it's like right on the tip of my tongue too. Maybe it'll come to me as I continue talking, but this is absolutely phenomenal. I love everything about this. All the lightning going around and everything, and the rocks coming up from the ground. Just phenomenal, dude. Just phenomenal. And I want to throw up another one before we get up out of here, and I'm throwing this one up on the screen right about now. And this one, he is holding Mjolnir in this one. And the caption says, is that what it is? Is that what it is?
It's
Stormbreaker, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's right. The caption on this one says "worthy," and this edit is a little. The one that we just had up is like heavily edited, and this one is more like the I believe it's one of the posters from one of the Thor movies, and this one is a little less heavily edited in the sense of like trying to capture that essence of the photo. And he says when I'm gonna probably butcher this. I think it's MDQ Briones and Pixelens. Shout out to Pixelens. Work together, magic ensues. This incredible edit is based off of one of the original promo art images for Thor. Just like I said, the Infinity War edit version of this poster was on my phone case, so this really feels like a full circle moment. Thor Dark World suit by Sim Cosplay with upgrades by Reed's Prop Plus, beard by Wig and Beard, sleeves by ISI_creations, and this is amazing. I love the lighting and everything. I love the edit. I love the cape flowing and the cape just with the black background, the kind of black and white on Thor, but the red color of the cape looks phenomenal, man. It looked just absolutely amazing, dude. And like I said a few moments ago, this week's guest, we've got Tilly.FX here. Tilly, do you got anything that you want to add about Faz Guardian's Thor before we wrap this segment up?
Brother, I like it, this cosplayer. And you told about Johan files. Johan is a good maker, 3D maker. And I love his files. I have all of them.
Nice. Dude.
I don't have a shape of Thor, I'm like Captain America before this serum. Yeah, but But I would like to be Thor, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I only have the fives. I'm sorry.
Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following Fazguardian, please go do so at FAZGARDIAN on Instagram and he's got all kinds of other absolutely amazing cosplays as well. Go check them out. But I definitely just wanted to highlight his Thor. It's been one of my favorites, and it's been a long time coming. I've had him saved in the vault for a very, very long time, like a couple of years, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, Fazguardian. It's been quite a long time. But ladies and gentlemen, please go follow him if you're not, because Fazguardian, your Thor cosplay of the week for me and Tilly.FX is amazing. All right, man. Tilly.FX. Let's keep it going. And I actually want to throw a little bit of a curveball at you. And I want to get into a segment that I like to call Wow, Shotgun Questions. And what Shotgun Questions is a little bit more of a rapid fire segment than the questions that we've been asking and the topics we've been talking about that usually never ends up really being that rapid fire. We always end up having a conversation about it, and that's okay. Just a series of 3 to 4 questions depending on time that are all just fun and games. It's nothing serious, nothing to be worried about. Guests don't know that it's coming. Some know that it's coming if they watch the show, but they don't know when it's coming. I don't prep them about it. I don't give them the questions ahead of time. It's all rapid fire in the moment. Let's see how much fun that we can have when I ask you, out of these Batmen, you've got Keaton, Bale, Affleck, Pattinson. You can only choose one, and the rest and their universe cease to exist. Who do you pick?
Affleck.
We get a lot of Affleck answers. I got to tell you, we get a lot of Affleck answers. And it's funny because anytime I'll ever post like a clip from one of these, whether it be a compilation of people or just one, we tend to get some hate in the comments for Affleck. But it's really funny because when I have guests on, I think Affleck might be the number one pick. You know, and it's like Affleck and Bale fighting for number one, and then Pattinson and Keaton are, down there at the end. All right, next question. Extremely detailed logistics aside, we won't say 100% what's going on, but you have to build a team of 6 characters to fight off a threat on Earth. This could be a team that's comprised of superheroes, villains even, across the Marvel Universe, DC, or any other comic-based company. This could be also a mixture of gaming characters or anime characters if you're into anime, or any other forms of pop culture. Literally, the book is wide open for whatever you want to pick. You have to build a team of 6 characters to fight off a threat on Earth. Who are your 6?
It's crazy. Funny because I'm a DC guy,
Yeah.
I like Marvel, but adults and childs.
Yes.
Sensitive topic, but dude, Superman.
Okay, Superman.
I would say my top number 1. Okay. Batman for sure. His brain is amazing.
Right. He'll always have a plan.
Yeah, always have a plan.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. Don't worry.
We need somebody fast. Flash for sure.
Okay, Flash. Hell yeah.
Flash for sure.
Good Justice League going on here. Teamwork.
Maybe we need Iron Man.
Iron Man, nice, dude. Another one that will kind of have a plan, right?
Yeah. We need Punisher. We need somebody that don't ask, just shoot.
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly.
We have 4. We have 4 so far.
4 so far. Yeah, 2 more. You got Superman, Batman, Flash, Iron Man. 2 more.
Captain Marvel. I like her.
Captain Marvel, nice. Super powerful.
Completely.
Mm-hmm. And then
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman? Yeah?
I'm not a big fan of her. Mm-hmm. She's powerful, but I'm not a big fan.
Okay, so not Wonder Woman. Yeah?
Wonder Woman. Okay.
Wonder Woman. All right. Hey, it's a good mix, dude. That is a pretty powerful team, dude. Pretty powerful team. And you got 2 regular humans on there with Iron Man and Batman, but the brain, the money, the suits, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
Yeah, works out. I like it, dude. What a team, man. All right.
I like to attack more. I think I like to attack more.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Last question, man. This one's a little bit outside the realm of pop culture. If you could time travel to any period, any era, where would you go and why? And you can have up to 3 different choices.
When I think about it, I have my closer part of where I live, for example. Mm-hmm. I have stuff related to humanity. Mm-hmm. And okay. I would go to German. I would
Nice.
kill that guy. I would kill
I know what you're
the
talking
guy.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I believe that was the 40s, I think, 1940s, I believe.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I would travel there, and
Nice.
I wouldn't let him to live
Wouldn't let
for
him do
sure.
it. Hey, that's a good one, man. And changing the course of history. You don't know what comes with that. Interesting.
Yeah, I would do
Interesting,
that.
man.
Yeah,
Interesting.
for humanity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have two more if you got two more, or if you want to just
Oh,
end it with
geez.
one. That's cool. It's up to you.
I wouldn't travel to the future because I'm afraid of the future. I like to be in the present. I
Interesting,
like it.
man.
Yeah, I like
Interesting.
the surprise that life brings me.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
I think one time travel is enough. I
Okay.
think so.
There we go. I like it,
I
man.
was a Flash cosplayer. I know the risks of time traveling.
Exactly. We'll just risk it one time and then we'll move on from there. I like it, man. I like it, dude. Well, that was shotgun questions. Wow. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going, dude. Your ordering process, dude. Like, if someone wants to get some boots from you, like, how does that process go? You have a bunch of photos on your Instagram for people to look at of your work, previous work that you've done, whether that be shots of the boots themselves or even, shots of cosplayers that are wearing them that, collaborate with you or you post yourself. What's the process from contacting you to discussing with you what they want, whether it be something that you maybe already have or something that they're reaching out to you for the first time, a custom order, and then like the process of, bringing that to fruition, like making it happen for them and the time that it takes to complete? Like, what's the whole process of somebody contacting you for boots?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I have my website as well. And people always comes from these three places, and they send, even on my personal account, sometimes people send me some message there. And it's always started as a conversation, they ask about prices, the turnaround to make the boots. And it always changes because it depends on the season, it depends on the events that we have. It's always changed. But basically, it's like 8 to 12 weeks, the average to get the boots.
Right.
But people send me there, what they want. Usually, I just sell the models that I already have because developing new models takes a lot of time,
Right.
And for now, we have a lot of orders. And for me to stop something that's already ordered by the customers to start developing new stuff takes some time, and I will delay the old orders.
Yeah.
So I'm always saying to the guys, okay, you want something custom? Check the boots that we have. Maybe we can change, for example, the top of the boot. We have a pointed top. We can make something like this or straight at the top. I can add a buckle. I can change the colors. This kind of stuff is easier to be made, change colors. Sometimes people are afraid of asking. But, if you want something green, we can make Wolverine in green. We can make 89 in gray, something like that. It doesn't matter. We can change that. And we do not ask for more money to do that. It's the same price, something like that. So basically the models that we have, but for sure, if it's something like the Superman, the new move, we are developing that because everyone wants to buy those boots. Right. So we are developing and people don't need even to ask us to develop that. Because, for example, for you to have an idea about the profits, to have a boot, to say it's worth to be developing these boots, I need to sell at least 6 pairs. Okay. To start from zero. Now the profits come after 6 pairs because the 6 pairs is like just to pay all the development process, related to those boots. But people send me messages, emails, they can contact from my website as well. I send them the prices, I know how long it will take to make the boots. And I send a money request through PayPal. I only work with PayPal because I'm protected and I protect the customers as well. If something fails, they can ask for their money back and, 4 years. And just a customer did that so far.
Wow, really?
Yeah, just a customer.
It's a good reputation for you then as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I send the chart measurement with instructions through email as well. Yeah. And I don't like to be a company as, to be a robot answering the customers because I like to talk, I like to see the suits they are developing, I want to be part of that process. So I for now, I continue being the guy that talk to these guys. I don't know in the future, maybe we get bigger and I'm not this person anymore. But for now, I'm the guy that talks to the customer. I explain everything they want, and it's very human what I do.
Yeah.
I don't like to be a machine.
Right. I dig that.
Doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Very hands-on with every aspect that you can. Right.
Yeah.
I have a question. Something that you mentioned, like for the new Superman movie that's coming out, and people want those boots. So let's say like, I guess we can take that as an example. Actually, let's take that Superman, the new Superman movie, and you got the boots. When that was first revealed, the image, right, with the boots and everything, is that something, whether it be for Superman or anything like this, is that something where you see it and you're like, oh, okay, I gotta make those, and then you kind of like create the demand for it? Because I know you said you need like about 6 people, and then you just go, you take it upon yourself to create it and make it going and create the demand for it, or do you kind of wait for people to contact you about it before you jump into it, just in case you end up not having the demand and then you waste your time and money? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. It's like a feeling, For example, looking to those Superman boots at first, the first picture James Gunn released it. I look at those boots and I said, people will buy it. It's a feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, for sure. Yeah. I failed on some models that I developed, but most of them, it was a right shot, Okay. So when I look at them and say, okay, I will pay the price for the 6 pairs,
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure we're going to sell those boots. And most of the times, but okay, 10 models, 8 were right. I was right.
Okay. Nice.
Just 2 was not, but we're still selling during, when people ask or something, we're still selling, but not as much as it should, But most of the times, I have a feeling to know, okay, this one, it's really worthy to be developed.
Nice. Yeah. Interesting. I dig that, dude. When it comes to making the boots, the crafting and the process behind it, do you have anything that you find that can be on like the harder side to produce as opposed to something that's on the easier side? Like where do the difficulties lie? Like what's something such as maybe even the little details, like maybe accents, or maybe something that you don't like dealing with, like maybe zippers versus buckles, or maybe it's certain colors even that you don't like making happen, like whatever it may be. Like what's something that maybe you don't like working with because it may be more difficult? And then what's something that is on the opposite side where it's like really easy for you to process?
Armored style, for example, Batman Arkham City Knight and everything, have those big armors. I confess, I don't even know how to do that. And people are always requesting and say, brother, if you want me to try, it will be a crap. And I don't like to do this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
And I always say, okay, I can make a base boot for you, and you can print this armor and put over that. Right. Because if I do, it will be a crap. And I like to be sincere with my customers, saying, okay, I'm not your guy to do this kind of stuff. I remember a guy coming once. It was something related to Christmas. It was like in the toe, we had something like this, like from circles or something. Yeah. And I was like, it's maybe some leather, some more leather to do this kind of stuff. But I would need to try to find a way to do this kind of stuff. So, okay, I do not do that. So I just accept this kind of stuff that I'm able to do, you know. And for example, this is our new release, They were based on from the Wolverine movie I made to myself. So it was based on Andy Park concept suit for Wolverine, that brown suit.
Yeah.
And it's a simple boot to be made, because as you can see, we have a big part of leather here, I just cut some stuff here near the foot, and this kind of boots that are big, that we have big panels of leather, they are easier to be done. But for example, I have another pair of boots here, is a Deadpool that we changed the colors, for a Cyclops cosplayer.
Interesting.
When you start having this kind of stuff here, that we need to add later, and we need to put all this together, and more panels and everything, it starts to get a little complicated,
Okay. Yeah.
And for example, I'm not a big fan of the buckles here, because they are beautiful. I like the way they look, but to put your foot inside this boot, you're gonna, yeah, you need to take this off, take this off. You need to put the zipper down, and after that, you need to put this back and put this back again. But people say, oh, but it's beautiful. I prefer this way. I say, okay, you want something beautiful? Okay. But it's comfortable. This one's comfortable as well.
Nice.
So the most part, the boots that we have a lot of panels and a lot of details are the most complicated. Because, for example, we have Bat Lee that is very based on the Jim Lee Batman, that classic pointed top. They are basic, we can make them very fast. And I have thousands of sizes for those boots because, making them for such a long time, I have like the patterns for the calf. I have 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So I have all of them, and I mix the patterns to cut the letter. So it's a model that is very fast to be done, to be made.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
So
interesting.
I prefer these ones, but I like some challenges as well, like Bat 89. They are a little. This is my Bat 89.
That's more intricate. I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, we have more details. We have this part here. We need to put some stuff behind the letter to make this part here taller than the general letter. So yeah, it's more complicated, but I love making the 89. It's one of the I like the most.
It looks amazing.
Besides being very complicated to be made, but I love making them.
Right. Well, we are going to get ready to get out of here, dude. It's been awesome talking to you. But before we do, I want to ask you, what's the future look like for you? You did mention earlier in the episode, maybe, you want to do, still keep, gloves on the horizon, maybe keeping cowls on the horizon. Boots are going great. You're still doing that. And then maybe even for yourself, like cosplay wise, like something maybe that you've always wanted to do in the future. Like just what's the future look like for Tilly.FX in general?
Dude, I would love to continue making the boots, Mm-hmm. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Tilly.FX is not my full-time job,
Okay.
And I have a full-time job that consumes me a lot,
Yeah.
And when I go home and I have a baby now.
Wow, man. Okay. Congrats.
Yeah. And it's hard to find the balance, in your main job with the boots and family and everything. So in the future, I would like to focus only on the boots, to have a good amount of money per month, to pay my bills, to continue constructing my future with the family and everything.
Yeah.
But we have a long way yet, because the market, I still trying to understand the market. For example, I know after Halloween, after 4 years, after Halloween, we do not sell anything.
Right. Too many holidays, you think? Is that what it is?
A friend of mine told me this is quite common because after Halloween, people start to celebrate the what's the name? Thanksgiving,
Christmas. Yeah.
And they buy stuff to other people, not to themselves.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, it makes sense a lot because after Halloween, I was like, Jesus, what's going on? I do not sell a pair of boots, and depending on that, to pay the bills and to continue, creating my future with my family, it's not easy. It's not a simple decision. But, little by little, Tilly.FX is growing the market. We are selling more little by little. Yeah. And I hope in the next, for example, 5 years, I only live by Tilly.FX.
Nice, man. Yeah.
Yeah, because I like to see people wearing my boots. When I take a look, I know if they're mine or not. Right. And I'm very proud of my work. Yeah. And I feel when you do this kind of stuff by heart, you are dedicating your time to make this kind of stuff, you're gonna be big, respect your customers, talk to them, this is the balance. Respect them, treat them the way you want it to be treated, and respect their money, respect their expectations, and that's it. But the customers has to respect the makers.
Exactly.
This is the biggest part of that. I get really upset about that because sometimes they think it's just, okay, here's my money, give my boot.
Exactly.
And it's not, I do not sell only boots. I sell an experience, a full experience,
Exactly.
And if you have some problems with your boots and say, oh, Marco, I have a customer that contact me saying, hey, the boots are bigger, than I was expecting. And when we check it, he measured it wrongly. And I said, okay, send this boot to a friend of mine in US because I'm from Brazil.
Right.
Send to him, he's gonna keep it to him, and I'm gonna make a new pair to you, and you just pay the shipping, for example.
Right. Right.
Because I'm not making any profits doing that, but I'm making a customer happy.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he's gonna go back after some time for new boots for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
With me,
and then if he doesn't himself, he's going to tell somebody else, and somebody else is going to come to you, and it's word of mouth, and it's that balance once again. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I have amazing customers. I would say 95% of my customers, they are great. But the 5%, brother, those guys that, okay, I want your boots, send me the money request and then the charge measurement. And I get excited about that. I'm a person. And I was, okay, just send. And the guy disappeared.
Yes. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Dude, at least once a week, a customer does that.
Yeah. It's just
and we are spending time, even opening PayPal, we waste time going there, all the checks and everything that we have to open your account and sending the charge measurement. It's like 10 minutes from your life. They stop everything to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And people disappear. And when you go back, it's like the excuse that I listen the most is like, oh, my truck broke. I need to repair my truck.
Exactly.
It's like, it's okay, dude. Just tell me that you were excited and you don't want anymore. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm a person. I understand that point. But it's just 5% then our jerk.
Again, it's another thing. It's that balance, man. It's another thing of balance, dude. That's definitely the theme of this episode, dude. Well, I dig it, man. I thank you so much for coming, dude. This has been awesome. I'm glad we finally got to do this and get to know you a little bit, get to know what goes into the boots and everything that you do for everybody in the making and the behind the scenes. I really appreciate you being able to be here. I know you don't do interviews and nobody's ever really even seen your face. So I really appreciate you giving me that exclusive and being here, dude. It's been an awesome time. Again, before we get out of here, I want to give you the floor to say basically last words, whatever's on your mind, whatever you want to say. The floor is yours, man. These last few seconds.
Be good, don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
And buy my boots.
I love it, man. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, please go follow Tilly.FX if you're not at Tilly.FX on Instagram. And make sure you go get his boots if you need them because they're absolutely quality. And for everybody tuning in, I want to thank you for watching, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, for doing all of those beautiful things that you do over on YouTube.com/Side Project Podcast. When you go down, you hit that big red subscribe button and it goes, oh, and you get 100 sexy Projekt points. Thank you for watching and listening and watching on Spotify, as videos are available on Spotify as well. When you do that, you follow and you rate and you do all things you do on Spotify. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram at IG Hates Chazzy. That is my personal, and everything else you need to find me on is on the screen right about now. Actually, I think it's over here. Is it over here? Or is it over here? I think it's over here. I'm pretty sure it's over here. Either way, if you're looking for the podcast as a whole, you can find it on Instagram at Side Project Podcast. Remember, that's Project with a K. Side Project merch available on sideprojectpodcast.com. For me, for Tilly.FX, we are out of here.